Welcome to the Great Mohaw's YouTube channel, where Mohow explores everything science and technology.
Hey, Tech Talkers, welcome back to Tech Talk Weekly with a computer science major. I am the great Mahau, your host for the podcast. Okay, so this is a continuation of last week's video, but it will be presented as episode 2 of season 2, right? I did cover 6 universities last week. Today I'll just be covering 4 so that we have a total of 10 universities in total, right? Okay, so for today, I'm gonna do it a bit different because that's what I had planned to do last week, and I'm trying to keep the video short, 20 to 30 minutes because the editing process is quite long if the video is long as well. And I also believe that nobody wants to watch like a 45 or 50-minute video. So yeah, let's get started. As I said last week, we kicked off the season covering computer science requirements at universities like UCT, UFS, NW, UJ, Wits, UP. Which other university did we cover? Yeah, but then if you want to see all those universities we covered, go check out that video. For today, we'll be covering Stelis, UWC. Let me see the other two. It's Stelis, UWC. Which other one can I cover? UKZN. And then, yeah, we'll see the last one. We'll see with the last one. But then, yeah, those 3, they have to be covered. Okay, so I'll firstly start talking about my experience basically as a computer science major. And yeah, we'll just talk through the tough modules, what it really takes to be a computer science major, and why this degree is basically a game changer. Okay. If you are somebody, you're in high school, right? If you're watching this video, you're dreaming of a career in the tech industry. Maybe you want to become a software engineer, a machine learning engineer, an AI engineer, data analyst, and all that. Come, computer science is for you. So, okay, first off, who is computer science for? Because I'm trying to keep it short, right? Um, Computer science is not for everyone, okay? And that is okay. Just like each and every career, that is not for everyone. I basically recommend computer science for people with a solid academic foundation, specifically when it comes to like mathematics, physical sciences, and of course the soft skills, English. If you've done those subjects and then you excel in those subjects, then you can definitely get into computer science. But academics is not everything, okay? In terms of academics from last week's video, I did say you have to be thinking of, strong mathematics results and science results, metric results, right? Get 60% plus in mathematics, pure mathematics, because mathematics literacy won't cut it. You need pure mathematics, okay? And then physical sciences, it's not a requirement per se, but some universities, they do require it. Mathematics and English, those are the main requirements. Okay, you need passion for problem solving if you're going to be into computer science. I'll explain why I'm saying that. If you are somebody who enjoys, solving puzzles, when you're going through a website, if you do have a computer, even if you don't have a computer, but on your cell phone, going through a website, you're somebody who likes to break things and then, get them back together, stuff like that, then try to understand why this thing is working like this and how it was made to basically function. So that's you trying to understand basically the algorithm behind it, the back end side of it, right? If you're somebody like that, then computer science should be for you. Uh, Other than that, the strengths that shine would be your analytical skills, which is basically on the top list. You have to be somebody who can think analytically because you'll be breaking down complex problems, like you're a detective in a way, right? The second part is you need to be able to think logically, pay attention to detail, and be persistent. The reason you have to have these skills is because now, when it comes to debugging, you can basically work on a single problem up until like, yeah, in the AMs. Debugging at 2 a.m., it really tests your soul. So persistence and, just be persistent. If you're persistent, you'll be able to overcome every challenge you'll basically, come across in the course. And then the weaknesses to basically watch for, um, if you're weak in patience, because if you're not persistent, you cannot be patient, right? But those are two different concepts. If you're weak in patience or hate abstract thinking, it might grind you down, but relax. We all start somewhere, right? I basically struggled with perfectionism earlier on, and I had to force myself to basically try and adapt and be flexible. That's a skill you learn as you go on. So all I'm trying to say is, although you're required to have this type of skills, we all start somewhere. It doesn't mean if maybe you're lacking with one of the skills over here, then you cannot get into computer science. No, if you meet the requirements, apply, and then if you get admitted, go there. Then yeah, you'll basically But analytical thinking, that one is important. If you cannot think analytically, you will struggle. You will struggle. I'm not gonna lie. But if you're good in mathematics, then you can think analytically. It wouldn't be a problem for you. And then, what does computer science really entail? Okay. A lot of people think computer science is, we are just sitting there hacking other companies or coding all the time. But that's not really the case. And that's where the difference comes in when we're talking about computer science and information technology or information systems. There is a difference between all those three, qualifications. But with computer science, it's not just, coding memes or hacking banks like you see in movies. Computer science is basically the science of computation that deals with designing software, understanding hardware, algorithms, data structures, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and networks. So over here, you'll basically learn to make computers think efficiently. Okay. So machine learning is a branch of artificial intelligence, data science, it's a branch of artificial intelligence. So if I say artificial intelligence, I'm basically encompassing everything, machine learning, data science, and all that. So yeah. On your first year, let's see, it differs with universities. But then if you're starting off, the first programming language that I would say go for, it's Python. If you're starting off Python, it has the easiest syntax out of all these other programming languages. You cannot start off with C sharp, you can, but it will be a bit challenging. Start off with Python because the syntax over there, the technical jargon, you'll be able to understand because it's similar to English. So yeah, first year, that's what you'll likely be doing, Python, and then MySQL for like databases and all that, but that's not like advanced databases. It's just, basic, databases. And then let's go into the scoop for the curious, right? Obviously, you are watching this video. That means you really want to get into computer science. We are still going into detail onto basically what is computer science. I'm not going to be covering the difference between computer science, information technology, and information systems on this video. I will be doing it as time goes, but then for now, let's cover this, right? Just expect 60 to 70% to be theory, and then 30 to 40% to be practicals, okay? You will have practicals each and every week, but this will differ with university to university. Well, when I was at NW, we had practicals each and every week. When I was at UFS, we had practicals each and every week. A friend of mine is studying at Stellis. They have practicals each and every week. So I would basically like to assume that, all the universities, they have practicals each and every week. If not, that is not a bummer. But then be out there trying to code all by yourself. There's YouTube videos, there's Coursera, there's Lead Code. You can basically go there, practice your coding. You don't have to wait for the lecturer. Okay. So yeah, just make sure that each and every week you do practicals because that is what is mostly important. And of course, since I said 60 to 70% of it, it's a theory, you also need to understand the documentation. Don't just, watch YouTube videos, also understand the documentation. Check out, what's the website? I think it's OpenStax. Check out OpenStax. They've got free textbooks over there for computer science and for Python as well. I think for data science as well. So check out those. Yeah, go through those textbooks. They really helped me out when it comes to like physics. They don't cover computer science only, but they also have textbooks for physics, mathematics, and chemistry, if I remember properly. It's OpenStax. I'll leave the link in the description and then I'll put something on the screen. So yeah, the VL talk. There are certain modules that will trip you. Okay. I've covered Python, but that's a programming, programming language. So you'll likely find it in a programming module. There are also developmental modules, right? I believe that's the reason they say English is also a requirement because this developmental modules, it's basically like academic literacy, computer literacy. If you did CAT in high school, you'll likely be exempted for computer literacy, but it differs with universities. At UFS, because I transferred from NW, I didn't necessarily have to do computer literacy. So, okay. If you did CAT and you got like 70% and above at UFS, you also get exempted if you're straight from high school. These modules that can trip a lot of students. There's my experience with regards to Northwest University. And I also struggled with this module. So on my, it was first semester, it's data structures and algorithms. Yeah, no, that module, it will hit you hard. Be sure to pay attention to that one because it gives a lot of students, problems. But yeah, second semester I was able to like conquer it. But first semester it showed me flames because I mean I was on my second year, then third year, first semester, yeah. Okay, so because of, the concepts that are covered there, and it's just a lot of content in a short period, lack of a better term, but then yeah, it's just a lot of content. You will be covering like, abstract nightmares. That's what I would like to call them. This nightmares, it's trees, graphs, the big O notation, and basically your brain melts optimizing search times because big O notation. Wow. Nonetheless, this one didn't give me any issues. It was discrete mathematics. So yeah, this is just proofs, logic, sets. I vesseled this one, as I said, it never gave me any issues. It's just pure logic puzzles on steroids. And that's not the only mathematics module you will be doing. Calculus, it's another module. Because I was majoring with physics and computer science at Northwest University, calculus was there each and every year. And first year it was okay. Second year it's fine. Third year, yeah. There's a reason I changed to UFS. Besides other personal issues, I changed to UFS because, yeah, calculus was showing me flames on my third year. We're doing multivariable calculus. Real analysis will show you flames as well. So be prepared. Other students, when it comes to like operating systems, this shouldn't be giving you any issues, but then there are students who basically struggle with operating systems, multi-threading, memory management, basically simulating kernels feels like, heading cats. And then the other one is compilers or theory of computation. So the Turing machine, there's this guy. It's basically named after him. If you did like, the history of computers, you'll understand what Turing machines are. Yeah, but this one it's basically gold for theory lovers. And then, as I said, databases, SQL, MySQL, this one you'll likely do it on your first year, but that is not advanced databases. On your final year, that is when you will be doing advanced databases. Normalization and queries seem simple until joins break everything. So be careful over them. And then personally, as I said, discrete mathematics, it was okay. Data structures and algorithms, trust me, first semester. I failed a test, questioned my life because imposter syndrome. That's what I experienced. Failed a test, questioned my life, imposter syndrome was kicking in, and then I grinded through lead code. Even now, I still utilize lead code. So go to lead code on a daily basis. Second test, I nailed it. So yeah, practice early, join study groups, use Visual Studio Code, and GitHub, like your lifeline depends on it. So yeah, uh, let's see what I can cover because now I'm running out of time. I'm basically running out of time. So, what does it personally take to pursue this? Okay. I would say greed, man. You know, time management, be able to balance lectures. And because you're a computer science major, you have to attend hackathons. This one is not negotiable. You have to attend hackathons. If you're not attending hackathons, you're not on LinkedIn, what are you doing with your life? Relax. If you're on your first day, it's fine. But then second year going forward, attend hackathons. Hackathons are hosted on an annually basis. You can find them probably each and every month. There's a hackathon that's ongoing. It's either it's online or you have to go there. Attend hackathons. If you don't do that, it's a problem. At NW, they also have this hackathon. It's called G Expo. Yeah, it's G Expo. It's mostly for third year, well, final year into IT students or computer science, students. It's at the Val campus. So if you are at the Mafikeng campus, so if you're at the Mafikeng campus or the Potchefstroom campus, save up some money, come to Thunder Bay Park, and then yeah, attend that hackathon. That's where you'll also find other companies who will basically give you internships. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people receiving internships from that hackathon. Unfortunately, I wasn't on my final year, so yeah. Okay. But also high school learners can also attend. If you're in grade 10 to grade 12, you can attend because it's not only a hackathon for IT, but it's also for mathematics. So it's a mathematics Olympiad slash IT hackathon. So check it out. I'll also leave the link for it. They should be opening. They normally host it like late um, around September, October. That's where they hold it. That's when they host it. And then, yeah, curiosity to self teach. As I said, this is what basically, uh, will make you succeed into this into like you'll basically flourish into computer science. So when you're inside computer science, the curiosity to self-teach. YouTube is there. I mentioned Coursera. Lead Code is there. Lead Code is amazing, man. Check out Lead Code. Lead Code is amazing. So resilience for failures. As I said, the first test for data structures and algorithms, I failed it. Imposter syndrome kicked in. But if you're resilient, for failures, you will be able to succeed. Code doesn't work 80% of the time, and that is a fact. 80% of the time, your code will never work. And then that's when you have to sit there on that desk for hours. Hence, resilience matters, patience matters. Sit there for hours, solve that bug. There are people who sit down with bugs for 3 days. If you don't believe me, I will leave a link to a video whereby I was interviewing a business analyst. She basically transitioned from software development to being to client side, client based roles, which is basically being a business analyst. So she did say there was a time while she was working as a software developer, She was sitting down with a bug for 3 days. So yeah, I'll leave the link to that video in the description. That's on my personal YouTube channel though, because this video it's going to both YouTube channels, but it's going to the official YouTube channel as the second episode. Okay, the last thing is you must have a growth mindset. I'm from Gauteng, and I'm juggling, CEO and CTO duties. I'm now a certified drone pilot, and yeah, there's just a lot going on. So if you have a growth mindset, then you'll be able to adapt and just try and be flexible. Okay, fine. I think I've covered my experience and everything that is basically, required, the skills that are required for you to be in computer science or to flourish in computer science. Now let's cover the requirements for these four universities. So let's check UKZN computer science requirements. Okay. The thing about these requirements is they are generic, but some universities, as you saw from the previous video, they require, maybe a level lower or a level higher when it comes to the levels or the percentages. So they just need level five, which is 60% in mathematics, level four in English, that is like 50 to 59%. Oh, and life orientation. Okay. Physical sciences, it's also a requirement over there. And then an APS of 28 to 30 plus. This might be outdated. Please check out the UKZN prospectus. It's a PDF. This might be outdated. Let me see. Because a 28 to 30 plus APS. 30 plus, I would believe. 28, not really, but okay. Yeah, as I said, this is outdated. This is from like 2020. So just make sure that you've got level five for mathematics, level five for English, and level five for physical sciences, and APS of 30 plus, because 28 one carded, but then just make sure your APS is 30 plus. And then let's see, life orientation, yes, make sure it's level five upwards, because that's when they start basically crediting you for life orientation. And then let's check studies. Okay. Yeah, the values I'm seeing here. Okay. So okay, now they require I thought it was like 80% now. Okay, they require, a level six or seven for mathematics. And then for English, they require 60% upwards. That is 60% for English if it's home language and 75% if it's a first additional language. And then yeah, physical sciences, not a requirement per se, but please do check out their prospectus. That's where you'll get all the information. That is where you'll get all the information. And what I want to do is UWC. So for UWC, Uh, okay, an APS of 27 points. Guys, in this channel, we don't do 27. We don't do anything below 30, right? So make sure that you get an APS of 30 plus to be on the safer side. And then level 5 for English, level 5 for mathematics. Because now I believe this might be outdated as well if they're saying level 3 for mathematics. There's no way. No way at all. That is UWC. But check out their prospectus. Level 3 in mathematics, I don't believe that. Instead of saying check out the prospectus, let's go to their website because I remember this is because it's like an AI overview. Department of Information Systems, Bachelor of, yeah, it's this one. Okay, but then guys, nah. Okay, in this channel, no level threes. This might also be outdated. Check out their prospectus. There's not a prospectus, there's just, a PDF from the university. But yeah, check out their prospectus. That one, no. There's no way. No way at all. And then I think I'll just be covering those because, I mean, these things are generic. As I said in this video, make sure that you get an APS of 30 plus, level 5 in English, level 5 in mathematics, level 5 in physical sciences. That does not mean you don't have to work well on the other subjects. Do work well on the other subjects because that's what will contribute to your APS. I told you guys, or I showed you guys how to basically calculate your APS on the previous video. So yeah. And then finally, why is computer science a great career? Right. First of all, it's in demand. The demand is insane, right? South Africa's tech scene is booming with fourth industrial revolution, the fintech. So basically, the financial technology companies, they also, are they are demanding basically computer science graduates, right? And also artificial intelligence startups. You working maybe as a machine learning engineer, a data analyst, or an AI engineer, since we are in the fourth industrial revolution, but going to the fifth industrial revolution. I don't know if you guys know about Joy, but check out Joy. Joy is basically a humanoid. A humanoid. Yeah, check it out. What that guy did over there, that is extremely impressive. Joy can cook, eh? So yeah, and then also another great thing about being a computer science or a computer science graduate is when you work, you can basically work remote, and there are global opportunities as well because now you're working remotely. You don't have to be in that country. As you can be, but because you're working remotely, you can work while you're in South Africa, but earning in dollars. And yeah, it's future proof. It's future proof because technology, as I said, we are moving from the fourth industrial revolution to the fifth in the industrial revolution. The robotics specialists, they have to be there, software engineers, AI engineers, machine learning engineers, they all have to be there because humanoids are here. The fifth industrial revolution is mainly about humanoids, not only humanoids, but it's mainly about humanoids. So it is future proof. And then, yeah, just make sure that you code on lead code. Just practice over there and start with Python. I think I was a bit, I rushed it, but it's okay. I wanted this video to be short. It was a test to see how short I can go with the videos, but I believe I'm happy with what I've covered so far. So, Tech Talkers, that's your computer science blueprint. Hit Northwest University or UFS or whichever university you're interested in. Hit them up and then check when they have their open days. Go there, get more information, code daily, as I said, and chase that passion that you have. And quick questions. What module scares you most? If there is, drop comments, subscribe, and share. Until next week, keep taking tech, okay? Shout out.
Brought to you by Royal Mercy Institute.